Oh, are you awake yet? I suppose if you're not, you can take your time. I can imagine it's a habit that you picked up after your ordeal. I remember when I was little, I used to be really anxious, and to avoid seeing people or doing something that scared me, I would pretend to sleep. I can imagine that was a handy tool for you. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've been doing this for a while now, so I guess that isn't comforting, me telling you that I can tell you're not actually asleep. For now, I'll tell you a few things, unimportant things, until you're comfortable with being openly awake. About a decade ago, I used to live on a really flat plain. You could see for miles in any direction, but there wasn't much to see other than buildings and factories. On days like this, the wind would blow through the entire town, and on some days, there would be solid walls of sand and dirt that you couldn't really see through. I remember that was really scary when I was little, but then there was a point when it became something familiar. And sometimes I even liked going out in it just to test myself, see if I could handle it. As an adult, it just gave me migraines whenever it would get like that. Are you there? I'm almost certain you can hear me now. You must be wondering where you're at. For one, you're in a hospital bed. I imagine you're too tired and weak at the moment to move much, but in case you aren't, I would recommend staying still for now and not looking at your arms at the moment, if that sort of thing freaks you out. The first thing I want you to know is that you are completely safe here. You were in a very bad situation, but we've gotten you out. This isn't a dream. This isn't some sort of audio role play. You're actually free from them. I know this isn't the sort of thing you tell a person in your situation, but calm down. Stay calm. I won't say their name, but I'm going to have to run you through a few things. Some would say it's far too soon, but I think the sooner we start to set this in, the better. The first thing I want to ask you is if you're familiar with Stockholm Syndrome. In our facility, it's a particularly prevalent problem that we face. It's often definable by our clients as a reliance on their captors. Oftentimes, the people that take them will force them into situations of complete reliance in a way that they can no longer rely on themselves and thus become attached to their captors, even going so far as to love them, which is often the end goal of these people we rescue our clients from. It's a form of survival when faced with a potentially hostile captor, and not at all the fault of the victim if they should develop it. I'm not in the position to give a full psychological evaluation, but it would be quite useful to know just how far along you were before we go forward. Me? I was just the one that got you out. I must say that amongst the ones that I've faced in the last few years, yours was particularly hell-bent. Yes, they did break my arm. They caught me by surprise, and I hit the wall the wrong way. Can you believe this is the first time that someone has managed to... Don't touch me! I'm sorry, but there are certain procedures that we have to follow. It's not that I don't trust you as a victim, but there are often cases where people, once taken out of a situation like that, will start to exhibit signs of the behaviors they were subjected to as well. It's a nasty business, and I would prefer not to risk any more damage. What happened to them? Well, I don't want to say what happened to them. It's best if you don't know. Better for your psyche. As far as you need to know, they're gone and they're not coming back. So, anyway, you're currently on a heavy painkiller. It's very much like the kind that you were given by your captor, and I'm afraid you might be a bit addicted. Over the next few weeks, we'll be slowly easing it out of your system, and before long, you'll be completely clean. Before long, you'll be out of that hospital bed, and we'll have all sorts of things to keep you busy until you're ready to be released back to your family. Tennis, swimming, video games, anything you used to do or want to do while you're your best friend. Yes, we did get word of that. I don't think I should tell you, but all right. They're in critical condition. I wouldn't have said anything if they were dead, and I'm sorry if that sounds bad, but it often makes it harder for the victims to recover if they know. It was actually them that made it possible for us to track you. We would have found you one way or another, but they made it much faster and much easier. They were dogged that you were to be found. I'm not gonna lie, they've taken a turn for the worst. But we're gonna let them know that you've been found, and maybe that will be what they need to make it. What? You wanna know if I have ever had anyone come after me? That would be ridiculous. Anyway, I've got a few other clients to talk to. I need to get going. Be sure to get some rest.